right, so got the points in there. Suspected the coil was trash just because even manually arcing it made spark, but it was very weak. Put the points in there and kick it over. And with the plug in it, it would just look like it didn't have spark. So I wasn't gonna show this, and I'm not gonna show it. But since I no longer have my spark tester, an actual real spark tester that shows kilovolts, I didn't see any sparks. So I'm sitting there holding spark plug and kicked it over. And I mean, you could tell it had a little bit of spark because it did shock me very, very, very little when it should have zapped me pretty good. So pulled the coil off. And before I pulled it off, I went ahead and ordered a new condenser as well because the key was left on this thing enough that it totally drained the battery. The battery was just dry as could be. And don't know how long the key was left on it, obviously a while. So what can happen there is it superheats the coil like a heat sink. The coil acts, if you don't break the spark on it, it acts like a heat sink. So it just builds up voltage, gets hot, melts the epoxy, shorts it internally, and it's fried. And even if it does have spark down low, once you start hammering it up in the RPM range, you'll get scattered spark to where it'll feel like it's shutting off, kind of like that. Like it ain't got no power, because it ain't got no power. The coil's no good. So I pulled the coil off there this morning. I should have the coil and condenser this weekend, I think, to put them on there, but wanted to test it anyway. So let me show you what. So because it does that, let me see, I got this thing hooked up here. Let me put my lead in here. Now the resistance on this is supposed to be 4.2 to 4.6 or something like that. And we are actually at zero ohms resistance. Like I said, that should be 4.2. We got 0 here. So coil should be here this weekend. So basically, don't leave your key on for any amount of time if you have a battery point system, or actually any system except for modern stuff that actually will kill power to the ignition system after so many seconds or minutes on, unless you actually start it, or just don't leave your key on, period. There's a range. It depends on what bike it is. This thing should be 4.2 to 4.6, somewhere in that range. Just basically say a 5 ohm coil. And yours might be different. If it was a 3 ohm coil and it's read 0, it still wouldn't be good. It should read right around 3 ohms, plus or minus 10% or thereabouts. It's more modern stuff. You get into 0.7 ohms resistance, or it's a little bit harder to track down, but it's kind of the same thing. You just change the scale on your meter, and it'll have a range on there as well. So just waiting on the coil now, which we should have this weekend, and the condenser as well. It's coming from 2 different places. So I know the tracking has the coil here Sunday, I believe, either tomorrow or Sunday. And Hopefully we'll get the condenser in as well. Same thing, it'll fry a condenser because it's the same thing. It's holding energy in it, and it's not meant to hold it for that long. But just as a matter of course, we're replacing a 52-year-old condenser, and replace 52-year-old points. Well, we think they're 52. They actually didn't look like the right points in there to begin with, the way they mounted to the plate. Something wasn't right about them. But we'll get those in there, see what we got. I know it's going to be better than no spark at all. I've always been suspicious of coils, not in a way that they go bad a lot, because they really don't go bad a lot. They do go bad, but not a whole lot. Sometimes what you have on these things is you'll have two different ways. You'll have guys that, well, it's got sparks, so that means the coil's good. Well, no, not necessarily. This is a perfect case. It had a little bit of spark, but not enough to even fire through the cap or the plug, other than that you could see. It wasn't a good bright spark. It did have a little bit of energy going through there, through the kilovolt tester right there, but not enough to actually fire the spark plug to make it run. You'll have stuff to where even if it did run, it might idle good, have good mid range, but as RPMs go up, it starts breaking down and misfiring. That's happens too, but typically that would be coil that was still close to being in range. Say you tested it and it read 2.8 ohms or 2.9 ohms. It's still not within range of where it should be, but still halfway decent. And you could put a coil in something that you thought ran well, and then you swap the coil out for something a little bit more powerful, little higher kilovolt rating there as far as the output goes, and it brought it to life, or took care of a problem you didn't know you had. And really, that's about it. We got just waiting on some parts here, so we can actually get this thing running and ride it around some. I think the boy did order some tires for it, or ordered a tire, hopefully, because can't really ride it with that front being flat like that. And I'm not just putting a tube into a 52-year-old tire. That's about pointless. And hope everybody had a happy new year, had a good time. Wish everybody a great year coming up. You guys take care. Have a great week. Have a great year.